And we are back right here on the Real 1100 iHeartRadio, pumping all over the world for my Amazon people.
Yes.
This man has done everything from my refund guy to women's plus size clothes. You're going to have to explain that one. But in studio with us today, he is the #1 expert in SEO on Amazon. He is known all over the world for being the Amazon guy, Mr. Stephen Pope.
Thanks for having me on, Casey. Appreciate it. So
yeah, I spend money on Amazon. He makes money on Amazon.
It's the difference, ain't it?
So I'm gonna just sit and listen because I'm definitely not the person to ask questions about Amazon.
Hey, I buy everything on Amazon. I don't like leaving my house. I'm so introverted that those brown boxes are piling up in the garage.
Oh wow!
They even bring brown bags now.
Do they?
Yeah, you can do Amazon local, and they'll bring stuff straight to the house, like groceries and this type of stuff.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea. I know. But no, man. Tell us, #1, what got you into doing SEO on Amazon? Because a lot of folks don't even think about, where's Amazon? You know, I just need to put my product on there. So they don't even think about, hey, I need to make sure this pops up in Amazon search engine, not just Google's.
Everything that you try and do to sell products online requires two things. You gotta drive traffic, and you gotta improve conversion.
Woo.
And in traffic, it comes down to PPC, which is pay-per-click advertising, and search engine optimization. And then when it comes to conversion, you have to load the catalog and the data. This is the part that nobody understands.
Okay.
And then you got to build out some designs so people find your product attractive and they buy it and they convert. So traffic and conversion leads to sales.
Wow. Now
you make it sound simple.
You do make it sound simple, don't it?
It's just hard to execute.
Now, that's what I was gonna say, because you got over 1 billion products on Amazon now.
You do.
How is it that, I mean, you got to be selling something that somebody else selling. So with us selling, you know, some of the same products and this type of stuff, our description is going to be a lot the same, our meta tags, all that type of stuff. So how is it that you are able to get so much better than a lot of other folks is in the exact same market?
I enjoyed your last segment, you guys talking about SEO. I also have a background in SEO.
Okay.
Right? And so one website, appmix.com, precious metals dealer, sells gold and silver coins. I actually increased their SEO traffic by 10 million uniques year over year.
Wow.
And so I've been doing SEO for over a decade. And then when I started seeing the trend of everybody going on Amazon, it was just like the crypto ride or the stock market ride of 2020 that you guys were talking about. Everybody was seeing success on Amazon, right? Like, so I got involved in the beta testing of advertising on Amazon, and I was selling rice cookers for 2 cents a click. And it was just like, oh, this is easy, right? So after I worked on the corporate side for so many years, about a decade, I picked up a bunch of side hustle consulting. And then at one point it was like, oh my gosh, there's more side hustle consulting than there is to do for a corporate job. And so I talked to the wife, I'm in the laundry room, and she's like, well, what are we going to call this company? And she says, what do you normally introduce yourself as? And so I say, one of my guys, they'll just say, hey, they don't care who I am. Like, I'm just a guy, right?
Yeah.
So just talk to my Amazon guy. And that's how it happened.
Wow.
That is that, but the stuff that happens like that, it seems magic, right?
Yeah,
because those always be the most successful companies.
I'm in the laundry room and I'm like, don't put your whites with your colors. And I'm like, okay. Okay. His wife's like, yeah, we're gonna build this company.
I told my wife I was starting another business. She said I want a divorce. So she said, yeah, never here.
Those serial entrepreneurs listening right now, yeah. If you sell your business or you moved on, you know what you do when you took that 2-week break? You'd start 3 more businesses. Right?
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what entrepreneurs do.
Because we don't know nothing else.
That's so true.
It's a good life. It's a good life. Why go back to that 9-to-5 job, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so, speaking of SEO, if anybody wants to find me, if you just type in Amazon guy right now on your phone, I actually beat Jeff Bezos. That's Jeff Bezos' photo right there.
Wow.
And I'm right. I'm actually, my website beats him. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Take that, Jeff.
Jeff said he ain't out of space right now. He ain't worried about y'all. He said y'all can have Amazon.
Exactly. Take that, Jeff. Now.
But with so many people still just now coming on and so many people starting their businesses, Amazon is still the right marketplace to be in.
There's going to be a 2-part answer to that. So it's never been a better time to sell on Amazon. That's a true statement. I'm obviously biased. I'm the Amazon guy. Of course, I'm going to say this. But the second part is it's never been harder to sell on Amazon.
Exactly.
There's a couple of reasons for that. So the first is there's these things called Amazon aggregators.
Okay.
I built the website AmazonAggregators.com. You can check it out. Basically, $13 billion have entered the space in the last 16 or so months.
Wow.
So
Wow.
50 big companies, Thrasio, Perch, Heyday, there's a bunch of other big ones, Boosted Commerce, all of these big conglomerates who have money, and they're like, there's nowhere else to put money right now. I can't trust the money in the stock market. I can't trust the money over here. So they're dumping it inside of Amazon. So what that's caused is advertising costs are up 35% year over year. In 1 year, 35%.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I've been doing advertising since Amazon was in a closed beta, and I was getting 2 cents a click. So I got addicted to that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's like, oh, I got to wean off a little bit. So that's why you got to focus on that SEO, right?
Yeah.
But so you got Amazon aggregators on the left, increasing your costs and making it so you have to spend more to get your product to sell.
Okay.
Then you got the Chinese coming in from the right, and the Chinese are lowering the product costs, and they're selling directly to consumers
Wow.
for the first time.
Oh, wow.
And so you're not just competing against your neighbor now, you're competing against
The
the
entire
entire
globe.
world. And so more costs, lower margin, and then Amazon is on top of you, pushing you down because the marketplace is entering the maturity phase. They're making it harder. They're increasing the policies. You got to have product insurance now. You know how to get product insurance? Oh my gosh, it's a nightmare,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like, then you got to have your certificates and all of these things. You want to sell a supplement on Amazon? Good luck. That's the hardest category on Amazon. Don't do that.
But tell me this:
Wow.
Is this stuff born out of trying to make it harder for people, or is it born out of so many problems that they've had with people just allowing people to sell whatever products they wanted? Because a lot of times that's where this stuff comes from.
It's the maturity of a marketplace. Like every marketplace or business always goes through this. So we're at the peak right now. It's still going up. It's going to come down soon, but we're entering the maturity phase. So what Amazon does is they're like 80-20 rule. Hey, you 20% of actors, we're going to make this policy change that cuts that down by 80%.
Okay.
Right. And of course, there's going to be some good guys that get hit with the slaps and it's harder for them to run their business. But as far as Amazon's concerned, as long as they can take out a few baddies, they're okay with it.
Okay.
Wow.
Big bank take little bank too.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
Amazon is considered to be like the second largest search engine next to Google. Like seriously.
It's the number one for products.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, number one place people start their product search is on Amazon.
That is true.
Better than Google.
Even if I'm gonna buy something in real life, I'm gonna go to Amazon first just to check it out.
That changed about 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
And so now people go to Amazon first. So if you're not on Amazon and you sell a product, you're irrelevant, right? Like you're just flat out irrelevant because that's the number one place people go. And you talk about review generation. What more credible can you get than people who have bought your product and you got stars on Amazon?
Now, tell me the emergence of live TV on Amazon, because you see it now. I guess they checked out all the folks on YouTube that was doing Amazon product reviews, and now they've been incorporated into the platform. And now you're seeing folks going live all the time on Amazon, like just doing straight content right there.
Yeah, so I used to be a TV reporter, and I loved being in television. I got out of the biz though. 2008. I entered the biz and it was like on the downturn, and I was the last employee hired at my TV station before it goes under, right? And so I was like, okay, I get out of this. I'm going to go into a growing sector. I got into e-commerce. E-commerce has just gone up, up, up. It's way more fun being in the elevator on the way up.
Oh yeah.
But with Amazon Live TV and all that good stuff, right? So I guess there's kind of like two topics you could talk about here. One is the actual programming and the shows they're buying. Can't wait for some, Lord of the Rings coming out on Amazon Prime. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But on my side, where my expertise is, if you want to sell more products, the best way to do this is to go to the locations that have the least amount of competition, the lowest cost, the Gary V strat. So all those entrepreneurs listening to Gary V podcast will understand this. You pivot the
That's
money.
your boy.
Yeah, you pivot the money wherever it can have the best bang for a buck. And right now, video content, number one best bang for the buck. So video ads, Amazon Live, all those things that you can do to make sure that you can be seen by more people more often and sell more products for more money, right? Those are the four things you got to do in e-commerce, right? Those four things.
Wow. And so you're basically just saying, okay, this is a good category. We're going to go video. We're going to make it to where we can sell more. There's less competition, basic business strategy.
Basic business strategy.
That is really amazing though, because number one, it's one of those type things. People getting rich off Amazon, just regular folk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're able to start a business and be in a marketplace. Because I used to tell folks all the time, do you want to be over here on your website with no traffic, or do you want to be where everybody already at?
Yeah.
So it's the fastest marketplace you can grow on. So if you're going to launch a website, you're looking at 2 or 3 months, get that stuff going. On Amazon, it's 6 weeks.
Wow.
You can have everything going up in 6 weeks, and then Amazon does all the shipping for you too, so you don't even have to deal with a warehouse or a 3PL. Yeah, those, lifting all those brown boxes. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah,
but and to be clear, like, is it still possible to launch as a mom and pop side hustler? Yeah, absolutely. But don't do this thing full time until you've done this side hustle for a year. You keep that full time job, before you go full time, trying to be an entrepreneur and go all in, because it takes investment, right? You can't just take a profit after you launch. You got to actually mature it. You got to, and putting money into product takes a lot of capital.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you spoke about local. How is this affecting mom and pops? Because you hear the rumors about a lot of mom and pops going out of business because of Amazon. How is that affecting them?
The traditional retail model is completely changed and challenged, quite frankly, right? So you can't just buy something from a wholesaler and open up a shop and expect it to work. Why? Because somebody can undercut you 20, 15% by going to Amazon. And then you've got what's called Amazon Prime. You're shipping to a fulfillment facility. And so I can get my stuff in 2 days on Amazon anywhere in the country. I can also get my stuff same day. That's not even fast enough, right? That's not fast enough for you, Jeff Bezos. How about 2-hour delivery, right? And so it's like, okay, why would I even leave my house at this point?
Yeah, especially when, I'm going to be honest, over the past year, you'll go to a store, physical location. You then from there find out they don't have it. Then you go to another store, and then you go to another, and then you're like, I should have just got it offline,
And I ain't have to go nowhere in the first place.
Exactly.
It's hard to find stuff these days, and so that's why I think Amazon wins. Now, Amazon doesn't care if you sell the item or I sell the item. They know that if a customer goes to Amazon, they're going to leave with a purchase. So that means brands on Amazon not doing so hot. It's hard to build brand equity. For example, if I asked you, what was the last thing you bought on Amazon?
I
not as colorful as these socks, I know.
Yeah, I bought struts for my bins because my baby's hungry right now. I'm riding low.
There you go. But if you asked 100 people, what was the last item you bought on Amazon? Some would say socks, some would say whatever. And then you said, okay, cool. What was the name of the brand that you bought from? Maybe 3 or 4 people out of 100 would get that.
Yeah, the cheapest one with 5 stars.
Exactly.
I don't know the brand name of
it.
They
commoditized it. Just like when Verizon Wireless is like, can you hear me now? And over time, every single entire singular network had the same thing. That network got commoditized. So there's no sales benefit to buying one particular network from another on a phone. The same is now becoming true on Amazon. That's why it's maturing as a platform. So as a brand owner, and by the way, if I said, okay, cool, what was the name of the seller you bought from after I asked you the name of the brand name?
Millennium.
Nobody would get that, right? So the seller name and who you are as a retailer, you have no equity with the consumer anymore.
So tell me this. How does somebody get started and actually succeed in Amazon this day and age?
So you got to have a good product. That's the easy answer, right?
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of data tools out there, and I talk about Helium 10 and Jungle Scout and all these cool data tools. Now, if you're just like curious, you just want to look at things, go sign up for one of those tools. I even have a discount for 50% off Helium 10 if you go to myamazonguy.com/H10.
Okay.
But before you make a commitment, you need to know 2 things. Number one, everybody can see the same data as you. There's more data available on what sells on Amazon than there ever has been before.
Wow.
So right now I could go on and tell you who's the best seller, how many units they're moving, and I could tell you of the top 50 sellers, how much units each and every one of them are moving. I can also tell you all of their keywords. So all of your SEO keywords you've ever used, you got your Ahrefs and your SEM rushes and whatever, right? You got more data and more power than what you have on Google on Amazon, because they have what's called a BSR, a business ranking that shows you where you are compared against everybody else live. So it's a never-ending golf score, lower score wins. And so you can see like who's moving. You see the movers and shakers.
And you can see their keywords.
You can see all of their keywords, all of them.
Now tell me this, because this has always been a big myth, and nobody has ever really been able to verify or deny it one way or the other. But a lot of folks have said that they don't like to shop on Amazon because even if you do, they don't like to sell on Amazon because even if you do, then Amazon copies your product, and then they change the search algorithm to make their products come up first, or either they put it in the Prime and then keep yours out of the Prime. So
in a perfect world, I would buy everything local, and I would be making handshake deals and relationships.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a little rough right now. Right?
Oh yeah.
But in Amazon's world, the moment Amazon can cut you out, they will. So product life cycle, you might have 2 years on a product before somebody knocks you off. The Chinese are bringing that cycle down to 2 or 3 months. So if you look at some
big copycat
viral TikTok video and it's like, oh, I'm going to go sell that, I'm going to get into fidget spinners or whatever, right? The Chinese are going to beat you way faster manufacturing that stuff than you ever could. So don't try and do that. What you need to do is go for evergreen products that you understand. You can't just look at the data. The data is so prevalent. Everybody has access to the same data. So if there's a trend and something spikes, guess what? 3 months from now, there's going to be another 100 people selling that stuff.
Okay.
So I was a competitive chess player growing up. I understand chess. You know, I could tell you everything there is about a chessboard and how to play in the U.S. circuit, whatever. I played in the U.S. Open. So if I was going to launch a product today and I launched something in chess, I'd have a huge advantage because I understand the community, what they're seeking, how to build engagements. It's no longer about review generation, by the way.
Okay.
It's about consumer engagement.
Okay.
And so if you're trying to, like, you know, you put a product insert, you ever get a product insert from one of those things you buy off Amazon? They're like, hey, give me a review. I'll give you $20. I'll give you a refund.
Yeah,
we've seen that.
That's black hat. That's totally in violation of all Amazon terms and conditions. They are cracking down on that stuff. They are making you pull your inventory out of Amazon's FBA facility.
Wow.
So what you got to do instead, don't use the word review. Instead, say, hey, pull out your phone, take a picture of you using my product, post it on Instagram, hashtag my brand name, a la my Amazon guy.
Okay.
And if you do that, I will give you a $20 gift card to my website.
Wow.
Oh.
And if you do that, then you're going to get more photos, which then you can repurpose, repost that over into all of your social media. By the way, did you know that Amazon has a social media platform?
No, we
didn't.
Yeah, it's called Amazon Social.
Wow.
Nobody knows about it. But if you pull out your phone right now and go to any product on Amazon, right? So I have 2 brands. I have Momstir, that's MOMSTIR, like a mom that wants to stir things up in the kitchen.
Okay.
Right? I sell 20 other brands. I don't want my on your mobile. It works on mobile. It doesn't do it on the social post. Free. So if I social posts, Amazon social, you got that if you're
now tell me this. Are you saying that advertising and this type of stuff for Amazon more effective than organic engagement? Which one do you see actually really drives those customer sales?
You need both. So those 4 areas that we started on, PPC, SEO, catalog design. If you don't do all those areas, you're not going to succeed. So I had the #1 wine glass on Amazon. You could type in the word wine glass. I had the #1 product.
Wow.
Came up first. It got banned from advertising because it had the word drinking on it. It was a stupid, silly wine glass. You know, I'm not social distancing. I'm not drinking alone. I'm social distancing, right? I even butchered it. Right? Okay.
I've seen that glass.
Yeah, and it's got, you know, 2,000 reviews on it, whatever. So really cool glass, had a good heyday. But the cost, I did so well that Amazon finally had the robots go through and they're like, oh, you can't promote alcoholism. I'm like, what? I could drink water out of a glass. I don't sell alcohol. But because I had the word drinking, they banned it from ads. Within 14 days, it went from organic position 1. This is, mind you, the term wine glass.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking hundreds of thousands of people search for wine glass. Went down to position 47. And I've been there for about a year now.
Wow.
And so when you talk about the relationship between advertising and search engine optimization, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
You cannot do one without the other. There's also this thing called the honeymoon period on Amazon. First 2 to 4 weeks you launch a product on Amazon, you want to increase your velocity. You need sales to get sales. Sounds weird, I know, right?
Yeah.
But once you have velocity, this is the biggest difference between Amazon and any other platform in the world. If you increase your velocity and get more products sold on Amazon, you leapfrog the competition, and especially true if you do this in that honeymoon period, that first 2 to 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then you will organically rank faster. So a good product indexes for 1,000 keywords within the first 30 days of launching on Amazon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And your job is to index for as many keywords as possible. And that means show up in the search results.
Now, do you find doing a little bit more like novelty items and stuff, like you said, the funny wine glasses and stuff like that, something that some people just can't just outright copy so fast? Do you find that works better as far as product sales? Or is it like different type of products or more traditional stuff like pots, pans, or shirts and hats, or just stuff like that?
It depends on your goal.
Okay.
If you are side hustling and you're looking for a niche product where you have less competition, less risk, and less overall profits to make because of all the less of those situations, then that's the way to go, right?
Okay.
Build out a novelty product. So my Monster brand, I have a huge margin on it because I sell a wine glass for $15. I buy it for $3. My shipping cost is $3.50, and then my advertising cost might be $1.57 per product.
Wow.
Right? Margins check out, but everybody and their dogs can copy what I'm doing, right? And so you have to be clever. You have to show the product in use. Give me the lifestyle shots. Give me the videos of me drinking from the glass. Give me what's called enhanced brand content. Did you know that they index everything on the Amazon page? Every single thing that you see on Amazon's product page is indexed.
Even the pictures and the metadata behind that.
All of that's indexed. People don't understand that. Amazon's publicly stated that they don't index A+ content, but they do. And I know this. And anybody who's an Amazon seller listening right now, you can test this yourself. Take any keyword in Spanish, put it on one of your alt text or your photos, and within 48 hours, it will index. I guarantee it.
Well, unfortunately, man, it's been such a great conversation we had at the end of the show. We gotta have you back, man, and just spend a whole hour and dig into this, because we got so many folks in the comment that everybody wants to know how to get in contact with you, how you can help them make more money on Amazon. So if you would please give them your information, just real quick,
sure,
how they can follow you. Just one place folks driving around to.
My name is Stephen Pope, and I'm My Amazon Guy. Find me on myamazonguy.com or on YouTube, My Amazon Guy.
There you go, Algenia. My Amazon Guy. Just Google him. He said he's the #1 SEO man in the world, so I know he's gonna pull up #1.
All I know is I need to start making my money back.
I know that's right. But now, man, when as soon as we can get you back in here, man, like I say, you are just so many folks just buzzing about this. We definitely want to have you back so we can continue this conversation, because everybody wants to be part of Amazon. Ladies and gentlemen, until tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we will be live once again back in studio. Thank you so much, Cole Cummins, for coming in. Thank you so much to the Amazon Guy, Mr. Marketology, and the Rockstar.